My boyfriend and I have been dating for 6 months, and I'm very close to his friends. They are his cousins, friends, and business partners, and I live right next to them, so we're very close. We all always hang out together and are generally together most of the day. I've never really been interested in anyone in my boyfriend's circle except for him, and I've made it abundantly clear. And as I'm a year or two younger than most of them, they treat me like their own, giving me advice, taking care of my problems, helping me out with work, feeding into my jokes, etc. All of them, they are genuinely the nicest people I have met. Now, the best friend I mentioned is one of the closest people on earth to my boyfriend. Even more closer than I will ever be, because they're family. They started their business together. They have been through thick and thin together. And I understand that. His best friend just broke up with his girlfriend of over 1 year. And when he came to hang, he mentioned that. He said he came to ask me about something and wanted to know if I wanted to sleep with him and that he will take care of everything. I said no and that I'm good. He was like, okay, I just thought I'd ask. I was like, yay, no, I'm good. And the topic shifted back to work like nothing happened. Now, IDK if I should tell my boyfriend about this because 1, he's his best friend, 2, he's also his business partner. 3, he's the one person he trusts the most. I don't want to hide it from him, but I also don't want to cause a shift between them because of this, because they have grown the business from nothing, and I would never want to do anything to hurt my boyfriend mentally, emotionally, or financially. Please guide me on what I should do, because I want to tell him, but I also don't want him to be subconsciously wary of his best friend, because we all do hang out together a lot. Update. Thank you everyone for the advice. I just talked to my boyfriend. He told me that it's natural for any guy to be interested in me because of my personality. He told me to have an honest conversation with his best friend about what I feel, and if I'm too uncomfortable, then he'll have a conversation instead. But I said I'll have a conversation myself because I don't want to use the sorry. I have a boyfriend card when I can directly tell him I'm not interested. But thank you for the advice. It did help. Update. I've read all your comments saying my boyfriend's reaction is not it and weird, and I agree. He was too nonchalant about it. Like I told him somebody spilled water on the floor, and that makes it very suspicious for me. I will have a conversation with him about this. However, after our conversation, I tried to talk to the best friend, but somehow I was still uncomfortable, even though it was on text. The second time we were with everyone, so I couldn't bring it up. Then when we were alone in the room, I got too uncomfortable and left because I couldn't do it. A lot of you are saying my boyfriend should have the conversation instead of me, but I don't want to use the boyfriend shield when I can straight up tell the guy I'm not interested. I just need to find a way to not be uncomfortable and then say it maybe? Does anyone know how to have these kind of conversations? As for my boyfriend, I will have a serious conversation with him about this. Because last night when I told him I couldn't do the conversation with his best friend, he seemed least interested in the conversation and at one point even said that he wasn't interested in what talk I have with him. IDK if he's trusting or just doesn't care at all. Relevant comments. Operation Forward 2136. I'm responding to your update. I am shocked that your boyfriend seems to not care that his best friend tried to F his girlfriend behind his back. He should be the one talking to his friend and being like, WTF. Would he have really been okay with it if you agreed and had sex with his best friend behind his back? I highly doubt he would have been okay with that. If you ask me, no best friend should be asking to hook up with his best friend's girlfriend. That's just shady. There are clearly dynamics happening here that I don't understand. You already told the friend that you're not interested. There's nothing more to say. Your boyfriend's response blows my mind. OP. Yeah, now I'm thinking about not talking too. I don't want to have that conversation again. And after my boyfriend's response, which is like, this is not a big deal, I don't want to open a conversation that I don't want to have. Operation Forward 2136. Yay, I personally don't see any reason for you to talk to his friend about it again. You already said no. No means no, and that's all there is to it. Unless you feel like there's more that needs to be said. I personally think it's the boyfriend who should be telling his friend that it's not cool to ask his girlfriend for sex. I don't understand why your boyfriend doesn't seem to think it's a big deal. It makes me wonder if there's more going on than meets the eye, but I have no idea. He might just love his friend so much that he thinks he can do no wrong, lol. Even though trying to get his girlfriend to cheat on him with his best friend is definitely wrong, lol babioyo. No reason for you as a girl to be getting this close and being friends like this with his friends. Ever. Ever, ever. Good woman doesn't get close to his friends. That's crazy. You put yourself in this situation, because most good women don't do this. I have 4 core guy best friends that I consider brothers. I have not once considered any of their girls close friends. And if any of their girls tried to be friendly with me, I shut that crap down real quick. OP, I considered his best friend as a brother too. I thought that was very clear in our relationship dynamic. And I'm so weirded out right now, which is why I can't what to do. I think I need a much needed break from this circle. Several Operation 12 sounds like your boyfriend and his best friend are very close and probably had the conversation that the best friend wanted to have sex with you. And the boyfriend said, "Hey, sure, if you can get her to do it, I don't care." I've personally been there, but not with somebody. I have feelings with it was just some random girl. And I said to my friends pretty much the same thing, but I was a lot younger. Oh, these guys are mature adults. I'm kind of scared to find out if that actually might be the case, Tiba. Serpentine Medusa. I feel maybe your boyfriend asked his friend to ask you that, to test you, or maybe even get off knowing if you agreed. Oh, that's so weird though. They're grown adults. It absolutely is, based on your boyfriend's reaction. That's why I think that. Maybe he wanted to test Tor. If you were loyal or an attempt to share you OOP. Either way, I'm so weirded out by this whole situation, but thanks for the advice. I feel like if I ask him about it, they're going to be very tight-lipped about it and act like I'm being crazy. Update, I've been reading all the comments and most of you are saying it might have been a test, or they're okay with sharing, or that my boyfriend doesn't care. And honestly, IDK. I'm too weirded out to ask either of them. And I don't want to hear the answer because one of these might actually be the answer. Thank you all for the heads up. I've been reevaluating our relationship and where I stand after our conversation yesterday, and might have a conversation with my boyfriend about it after I figure out the whole dynamic of the relationship and where I stand in my own head. Thank you so much for the advice and